we'll see Kyle Allen and the Washington football team taking on Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. They love their football in this part of the country, and this crowd is ready to go as their guys will match up with the Dallas Cowboys.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they're led out by their 24-year-old quarterback in his third season from Houston. It's Kyle Allen.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator say right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
It's certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Dontrell Inman, the intended target, and it's third down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. A gain of 4, not enough. And it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Out comes Andy Dalton and company. Dalton, of course, grew up in Texas, played his college ball at TCU, and now his home is back in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with these Cowboys.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
21, Ezekiel Elliott.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
24-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
On second down, it's Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
The ball carrier.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And now to the air, Dalton. And this one quickly to Lamb. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Dalton hands off to Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
On the carry. He's across midfield.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league, had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. Going to take a shot for Gallup. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Dalton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
21 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Stop short of the goal line.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Johnson on the return. Washington takes over 1st and 10.
But the Washington football team 1-4 through 5 weeks of the season, losing at home against the Rams in week 5. But Charles, even with the loss, the story of the game, no doubt, was Kyle Allen getting knocked out. And then enter Alex Smith. First time in 693 days that he had been active, thrust into action. Remember the gruesome leg injury back in November of 2018. He had 17 surgeries in 9 months. Almost had the leg amputated. And here he was back on an NFL field. And although the stats weren't great, CD, how neat to see him back out there.
It's beyond neat, and I've heard a number of people say it. It's not an original thought, but it's something we're all thinking. They can just go ahead and give Comeback Player of the Year to Alex Smith right now. You know, there really is no other competition, because what he came back from, what you just said, from almost having his leg taken from him to starting and to playing in an NFL game, that's off the charts. And I loved how you mentioned it during the broadcast when you said the one thing missing would be, is the 80,000 people at FedEx Field to give him a standing ovation. That would have been very, very cool, but still the moment, overwhelming. I don't care about the score. I don't care about anything else. And the only other thing is what set the stage was Kyle Allen elevated to starter. And Dwayne Haskins not dropped to 2, but to number 3 and was inactive for the game, which made Alex Smith the backup, and he was available when Kyle Allen got hurt.
One quick story, the first time he got hit was Aaron Donald jumping on his back for a sack, and then you could see Aaron Donald on the sideline after lip mouth. You could read his lips. He said, gosh, that guy's leg's pretty strong.
Oh, boy, that's so great to hear, isn't it? And in the heat of the moment, you just play the game. But, Aaron Donald, somewhat relieved as well that his leg was really strong and no other damage came as a result. So, for this Washington team that's really struggling, trying to make changes, 2 division games coming up at the Giants, home for Dallas, and frankly, both are winnable before an open week in Week 8.
On 2nd and 12, Allen with a catch made by Dontrell Inman. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. 12 yards there and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Toss left to Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by...
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At their 40.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dalton. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
No gain on the play.
Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
Intended.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys managed a victory against the New York Giants Week 5, but certainly at a terrible price, losing quarterback Dak Prescott to a compound right ankle fracture and dislocation. And that's going to be intercepted. Landon Collins, the Pro Bowl safety, and he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. For Andy Dalton last year in Cincinnati, he threw 3 of these, second only to Jameis Winston's 7, and he'll be bitten again with the interception and 6 points the other way. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick-6. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. 10th carry down for Elliott. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Jonathan Bostic.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Dalton's throw taken in by Lamb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Here's Elliott. And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Elliott. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 31, Dalton able to hit his target, Lamb. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 20-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Dalton operating in the red zone now. Wilson snags it left side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain. Dalton here from the gun. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Draw play. Elliott. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flush to his right. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Complete to number 19.
A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Zerline now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, it's Gibson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Washington 7.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Courtland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time, so it's been a tough year for injuries. Some teams are playing around them better than others, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but we wish all these guys who are hurt a speedy recovery.
Washington on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Buying time to his left. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
20-yard line.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here.
2nd and 4.
On 2nd down and 4. Dalton, he finds an opening past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And to the left side here, Wilson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Dalton over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Mike.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's taken down inside the 30. Facing a 4th down, they come away with 18 yards and the first down conversion.
First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down carry by Elliott. Down to the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Steps away to his left. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And Zerline's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Washington.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
54 Mike.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And he'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. 3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Allen again. Hinman has it over the middle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's good.
Well, we could talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Here's Barber. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A 5-yard touchdown run. And Washington able to make this a close game again. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Hopkins with the extra point, and it leads down to a field goal at 17-14.
14.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Dalton and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
21, Ezekiel Elliott.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
3rd down from the gun. Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant. You've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 2nd and inches, Dalton. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
Cowboys.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, 41 yards. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
And there's a situation where as a tight end, once he gets that end zone in his sights, he's not going to back down from anyone. He doesn't worry about running to daylight. He doesn't mind running through contact. That's totally fine by him.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Washington.
This is Tony Pollard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cowboys take over first and 10.
We get a glance at the Washington defense as they head back out there. And they have forced now 4 turnovers, Mr. Davis. How have they been so effective?
It's hard to get a read on them if you're on offense because they're coming from different angles, different formations, different looks. But bottom line is, if I'm the defensive coordinator, anything on my play sheet appears to be working right now. You point it out all the time when we call games. Once they get that first one, it becomes a frenzy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's snowballed here in this one. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Ball carrier.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Again, the ball carrier.
The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beam that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9. Dalton over the middle. Cooper with it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. It's 19. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15.
He was brought down by Cole Holcomb. 4 yards on
to throw on 2nd and 6. Dalton forced out to his left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6. So Dalton now. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And that'll make this an 8-point game.
28. Cowboys.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
At their own 25.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Ball carrier.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Escaping the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
At the 47-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Just like that.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On first down, Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Throwing on first down is Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Allen now on first down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Now Pollard. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own 30.
Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? He'll fire deep down. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb. As the first half is winding down. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely.
Greg Zuerlein to kick off for Dallas.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Second quarter here, he has only 1 catch, but they have the lead. You got to think there's going to be more involved at some point.
That's what you would expect, but sometimes what defenses do to take away a player of his magnitude, it costs them in other areas. And right now, with them losing, they may have to change their focus, and maybe he will open up a little bit more as the game goes on.
Yeah, so far, just the single catch. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now it's right.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team. Oh, man. Can't do that.
Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Looking long for Thomas. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one good for 37 yards.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the third quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
On first down, Gibson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Early on the tackle.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2.
And 2 at the 6-yard line.
Here's Allen. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. From 6 yards away. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes. And while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. From the 29, Dalton eluding the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Play action now, Dalton. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Complete to Dalton.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
First down, Dallas.
This is Elliott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. He's done his part sailing past the century mark on the ground with rushing yardage, but his team, a different story.
Yeah, they're down big in this ball game, so sometimes you wonder to yourself how much of that is him with a great performance.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
Kendall Fuller. Dalton's pass.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
On the ground, it's Barber to start the drive. And a juke this time. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
2nd down and goal. Allen, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Being chased out left. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Good. Makes this Washington 46. Cowboys 26.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own
possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
37-yard line.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And that stretches the lead to 27. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional.
They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28.
On third down, Elliott. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
A gain of 7.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
Dalton throwing complete there to Cooper. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 41.
Jonathan Allen on the tackle. A gain of 5. First down, Cowboys.
Now Elliott. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
The tackle.
They're going to hurry back to the line now.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, Dalton. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Dalton's pass.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 26.
First down.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Flush to his right. He can run. The ball comes out.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Ronald Darby brought it.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Elliott.
10-yard line.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Now this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues.
54 mark, 54 mark. 54.
Here's McKissick. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Isaiah Wright, the intended target, but it'll be second down. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. Operating from the gun, Allen. And my goodness, this is incomplete.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
Well, as we normally do, let's look ahead to what's to come here in the NFL for Week 6. Some changes to the schedule in this most unusual season. But, CD, I've earmarked a few here. I've got Cleveland and Pittsburgh, Green Bay and Tampa Bay. Of course, that's going to be a lot of fun. Arizona, Dallas, Monday night. And then you got Buffalo, KC moved from Thursday to Monday to account for Buffalo playing on Tuesday in Week 5.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and start with that one, because that Buffalo-Kansas City game, as you mentioned, was originally a Thursday night feature game. Then they moved it to Sunday, and then they had to move it to Monday because of the juggling of the schedule in this most unusual season. Arizona-Dallas Monday night, that feels like an old-school kind of a game, doesn't it? And now we'll have Andy Dalton, the quarterback for Dallas. And Green Bay-Tampa Bay, that's simple. Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. And Cleveland-Pittsburgh, how great is this now to feel like it's the old AFC North battle with Cleveland fully in the fight?
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. 1st and 10 for Dalton.
And this one quickly to Lamb.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
First down.
CeeDee Lamb was my favorite receiver in this year's draft, and it's still hard for me to believe that he lasted till the 17th pick of the first round. No one took him before that, and Dallas, surprisingly, finds him available, takes him, and you see why. Great hands, great route running. This guy is Mr. Excitement.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
The 6-yard line.
Another chance for Dalton. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
Touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Danny Johnson returning. And able to get this out to the 25.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
On first down, Gibson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Back now at FedEx Field.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Check it back. Check it back.
From the gun, it's Allen. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. The sack there by Tyrone Crawford, shooting in to make the play. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
It's a 54-yard punt with a return of 11. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3 and out.
Dalton's pass.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
8-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Intended that time for Cooper, and it's 3rd and short.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
2nd and 10. Dalton once more. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move, as that gives him a 1st down.
He was tackled at the
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a 1st.
1st down, Dallas.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple.
2nd and 2. At the 4-yard line.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Punching it in from a yard away, and the Cowboys draw a bit closer. So he's in for his third score of the game, and defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Greg Zerline to kick off 4th down.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
The Washington offense back out there. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, the quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap. How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He was brought down.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
DeMarcus
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he finds McLaurin. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 35. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They'll run on first down. It's Gibson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
Antonio.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive can take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Dontrell Inman there to make the grab. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for two. Allen going to throw. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10. At their own 27-yard.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And the return will stop right around the 25. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. They give it and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
At the 22-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To the air, Allen. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10. At their own.
Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
A 6-yard.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Passing, it's Dalton. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Cooper's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Antonio Gibson.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Here's Tressway now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Their own 18-yard
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
taken down.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw here, Dalton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Washington entered the draft with the number 2 overall selection, so they had plenty of options and directions that they could go. But let's face it, when you see Chase Young from Ohio State and you have a chance to add him to an already formidable defensive front, you go ahead and select him and turn him loose. The best pass rusher in the draft with plenty of moves already, he's only going to get better and will be a double-digit sack guy for years to come.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx.